Hi everybody. This is a weird video because it's fucking early in the morning. It's cold as hell. I'm tired of this shit. Anyway, today it's going to be about lazy people. More importantly, people who are lazy at their jobs. I left my lighter in the house. Anyways, I understand your job sucks. Say you work at Dollar Tree, Dollar General, McDonald's, something like that. I know your job sucks. I know your life probably, in your eyes, isn't worth the amount of fuck. But you don't need to be treating everybody else like shit. Sorry, my wife's sitting next to me. She's laughing at me right now. Anyway, it's the first time I had a live audience. People need to stop being douchebags when they're having a bad day. It's like that old saying, leave the drama at the door. Even if you're having a shitty day at home, when you go to work, work is work, man. Don't be a dick or a bitch or whatever the hell other derivative term you want to talk about. Don't be like that when you're at work. For one, it makes the business look bad because you're representing the business. And two, you're making everybody else's day miserable just because you're miserable. If you're going to be like that, fucking leave the business, man. Open your own business. Call it shit-stained douchebags. That way you can be a douchebag all you want. We already know what you're going to be. We're not walking in, guess what? This guy's going to be a douchebag. You know why? Because he works here. Perfect. You won't last very long. But at least you get your point across. This happens a lot. I see it especially at general stores. Gas stations, Dollar Generals, Dollar Trees. Have I missed anything? Okay. I see them all over. I see people like that all the time. And I've worked at those jobs. I've worked at Dollar Tree. I've worked at Dollar General. I've worked at just about every fast food fucking place on the planet. And yes, the job blows. But you gotta work with what you got. I mean, if you want a better job, get a better job. If you don't have a degree, like if you don't have a high school diploma, go get it. It's not that hard to get a high school diploma. I mean, come on, my dumbass did it. You can do it. I know this is a different hat from what I usually wear, but my other hat's back there and it's freaking sunny and I can't see. So I'm wearing my marriage hat. That's why it says May 2019. She became a May in 2019. I didn't get married in 2019. Or in May. Like I said earlier in the video, I keep looking over my shoulder because my wife's right there. Playing on her phone and laughing at me. But, yeah, I mean, just stop being douchebags. And some people, they're really nice in the morning. Mainly people at McDonald's. Most of them are pretty nice in the morning. Because they got to deal with a lot of shit. Some people can and I'll admit, some people can just be douchebags when they wake up. They roll out of bed, jump on their Mr. Cycles, and run everybody over. And that's male and female. Men do the same thing as women do. It's not sexually biased. Well, now that I'm done with the douchebag part, let's talk about New Age feminism again. More importantly, let's talk about mansplaining. According to the feminist movement, which it didn't start with these girls, but they're the ones who made it popular, mansplaining is when a man explains anything. That's not the actual definition, but that's the definition they give. If you know something, say, for me, martial arts. I know tons and tons of stuff about martial arts. I know how to teach it. I know the theories behind it, the correct response to the correct punch, kicks, whatever. You know, taking guns away from people, snapping people's necks, arms, legs, you name it, I know how to do it. And I do teach people. But it's hard to teach a female this stuff when she says you're mansplaining. It's like, bitch, I'm teaching you. I'm not mansplaining, I'm explaining. Mansplaining is a bullshit thing. Like, there's a reason, that's a reason why it's politically incorrect to say mankind anymore. Or when you say it's a man's world out there. Because when that term came out, it was a man's world. And one of the politically incorrect things to say is, well, men built most of the cities, which is true. It's not because men are better than women, it's because women didn't have the right to do it. Which is fucked up, but it's true. It's like, if you don't like anything that men made, don't drive cars, don't talk on cell phones, don't listen to music, because most producers are men. Now, being sexist is a fact. Don't smoke, because 9 times out of 10, a man made it. You can't even say man-made anymore. You have to say human-made. We're all humans. Yes, duh, it was human-made. Man-made is just an expression. It doesn't mean literally a man made it. It's an expression, just like mankind. And there was a... I mean, if you're going to be that anal about it, then why not change the word woman? It's got man in the title. I mean, hell, in the 70s, everybody wanted to be a man's man. And not, you know, village people man's man. Ugh. Guys walking around in thongs and shit. Nasty. At least it's not what I'm into. A couple of guys out there I could see liking that. A couple of women like it too, fucking weirdos. I know of one invention off the top of my head that was invented by a woman. It was invented by Cleopatra. The very first vibrator. Yes, the very first sex toy for a female was made by a female. The very first vibrating toy, I should say. What she did is she took glass tubes, put bumblebees in it, put a cap on it with air in it so they'd obviously be able to breathe. Then she'd shake it up and shove it in. There you go, voila, first vibrator. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that were invented that women made, but men took the thing over, mainly because, well, like I said, women really didn't have rights back then. 90% of the time, a woman couldn't even read. Nowadays, women graduate more than men do. Women go to college predominantly more than men do. Women get higher degrees more than men do. So if someone tries to tell me that America is still oppressive towards women, they can lick my balls. You know, women are getting more petite, they're getting more physically fit, and getting, like I said, getting more intelligent. Guys, they're getting fatter and glutinous and all that shit. And like I said, and this goes to the feminist thing too. According to the feminists, we need a female president. But according to the whole LGBTQYZ, whatever the fuck they all are, if you're a transgender, then you could have a dick and call yourself a woman, so you're a woman. So it contradicts everything that the feminists are calling for. Yet these two are allies. It's completely crazy to me. I mean, that'd be like a Jewish mosque being allied with Hitler. It doesn't make sense. My card. Go. See the shit? I'm giving my money to my wife.
My card.
And see, it's like I said in my previous videos. Men have weaknesses and we have strengths. Women are the same way. Women's strengths are they're a lot more intelligent, mostly. I've met some pretty dumb women. I've met a lot of retarded men. Men were more brawn. We're more physically assertive when it comes to things. It's like I said earlier, men, we just do stupid shit. I mean, come on, you don't see women doing Jackass or Impractical Jokers. It's 3 men. Because men, we do stupid shit for entertainment. Women, they sometimes think too much. And women are a lot more emotional than men. For the most part, depending on the guy. 9 times out of 10, the woman's a lot more emotional. And, when I say emotional, I'm talking about they're more in touch with their emotions. Men, we have emotions as well, we have the top 3. We're happy, horny, and pissed off. It's easy to piss off a dude. It's easy to make him horny. Women don't have to try that hard to make a guy horny. And it's like one of the arguments that my wife and I sometimes get in. Well, not an argument, but she gives me a death glare when I say this, so I'm going to say it anyway. Since I'm on video, she can't kill me. Anyway, it's easier for a female in the world. And I know there's a lot of feminists out there that are going to get pissed off. It's easier, especially if you're black. I know somebody's going to get really pissed about that comment. I won't name drop, but yeah. She's going to get really pissed. I find it ironic. Or not ironic, I find it stupid when people say it's harder for a black man and woman now than it was in the 60s. Bullshit. I've seen very, very many successful black people, male and female alike. Like I said, I'm not going to call them African American because you're just American. I'm just describing you by the melanin in your body. Me, I'm basically clear. I'm a white boy. I'm a honky white trash redneck man. Born in Oklahoma and raised in Texas. I'm my own fucking cousin, okay? But, anyway, this is the reason why I say this. It's like I said earlier, there's all black colleges, there's all black lawyers, all black everything, basically. If there was one thing that was all white, we're the racist ones. Sports are predominantly black, especially when it comes to American sports like basketball and football. They're predominantly black. There's nothing wrong with it. I love watching football. Well, I used to. Till they went all politically correct and you have to grab each other and grope each other on the way down instead of just smashing each other. One of my favorite basketball players of all time was Jordan. No, I wasn't a Larry Bird fan. One of my favorite football players was Emmitt Smith. He's black and he ran like a gun, man. I mean, he was fast as hell. Granted, I was a kid when I watched these guys, but I liked them. But anyway, the reason why I say it's easier when you're black is because, for starters, like I said when I was in school, got a fight with a black kid. He attacked me first. I defended myself, knocked him out. When he came to, instead of accepting that he just got his ass whooped, he said it was a black crime. It was a hate crime. It wasn't a hate crime. I didn't hit him because he was black. I hit him because he hit me first. Cold clocked his ass, knocked him out cold. Don't remember what it was about. Probably over a chick, in high school. But since he said it was a racial thing, I got kicked out of school for it. Even though there was video of him hitting me first. Of him coming after me. My back was turned, I was walking into class, and he frogs me in the back of the head like a bitch. So, I turned around and frogged him in the mouth. He was done. I got jumped. Of course, to be fair, on that side, I was hanging out with the wrong people. Guilty by association. Yes, that happens with blacks and whites, dude. Doesn't just happen with black people. I mean, granted, there is still some racial shit going on. Like, that one thing in New York about the whole stop and frisk thing. It says predominantly black. It wasn't predominantly black. It was the fact that most of the crime in that particular area was done by the black community. Had nothing to do with color. Stop and frisk was just, if this guy or woman looks suspicious, you stop and frisk them. It wasn't just black people. It was predominantly black because it was in that part of the neighborhood, but it wasn't just black people. And what a lot of people don't like to say is, like, these riots that are going on. Who exactly are you trying to riot against? The black mayor, the black commissioner, the police force, which is predominantly black. You know, I mean, you're rioting against your own people, man. You know, you're rioting for nothing. Like, oh, we got to riot to get our way. No, you don't. You know, Martin Luther King didn't do a damn thing, and he got his way. I mean, yeah, he got shot in the process, but he still got his way. You know, Harriet Tubman wouldn't sit in the back for a white dude. She got her way. Didn't do a damn thing. Didn't stand up, didn't hit nobody, nothing. She got her way. You know, you don't have to be violent to get your way. You just have to know how to play the field, if you will. See, when it comes to politics, or when it comes to getting something your way, something that's fucked up, getting it your way, instead of being violent about it, like the SJWs and the BLMs and the KKKs and the Black Panther group, everybody says they don't exist, bitch, they still exist. You know, Crips and Bloods. Instead of doing all this stupid shit about being violent, it's like playing chess. You take out the pawns first. You go after the rooks, you go after the knights, the bishops. The hardest person's going to be is the queen, which is always the one who's going to be the loudest talking son of a bitch on the opposite side. It's going to be the one that's going to come out and spread a bunch of lies about you, trying to get everybody to go against you. That's the queen. The king is the one who sits on top of the castle, doesn't do jack shit. Sits on his throne, picking his ass and eating gold. Yeah, we'll go with that. If you really want to get your way, instead of making riots, making up lies about somebody, do it the right way. You know, be strategic about it. People are like, oh, well, I almost hit this guy the other day because he told me that the reason why blacks are oppressed is because they're so uneducated. No, they're not. In fact, in the school I went to, more black kids graduated than white kids. Most of the white kids went to dope and drugs and prison. In fact, I know more people in prison that are white than I do that are black. I mean, yeah, prison predominantly is black and Mexican, but that has nothing to do with race. It's part of the culture. And I know a lot of people are going to get mad about this, but it is. You know, it's like what Ben Shapiro said. Explain to me why 30% of the country is black. Out of that 30%, 90% of the murder rate, the rape rate, and everything comes from that side of the aisle. It is not because of your skin color. It's because of the culture you're in. It has nothing to do with the skin color. You know, you could grow up in the ghetto of the Bronx and be a billionaire. Legally. You just got to be able to do it. You know, you got to be able to put your mind to something and do it. Most of these kids these days will not do that. They think everything's going to be handed to them on a silver platter. And it's like I said in my last video, I'm scared shitless for the next president when this generation gets old enough to have a president. I'm scared of him. Because that president is going to be the most woke, most vicious, most douchebaggery fucking president. And the biggest lying president. And hell, if we get Bernie Sanders in, we're going to turn into fucking Russia, dude. We're going to be a communist party. No. Don't do that. You know, granted, Trump's not the best president. He's just entertaining. because he's fucking stupid. It's like I said before. I'm not pro-Trump, and I'm not pro-Trump. You know, I'm right in the middle. I applaud the things he says that are great, and the stuff that he does that is great, and I boo the shit that's bad, which is what you should do. You shouldn't back somebody just because they share the same party. You should actually have a thought in between your ears. Most people don't. It's like one of my old coworkers said, common sense ain't so common anymore. No, like, they don't even teach cursive in school anymore. They don't say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore. You know, when I was in school, Spanish was an elective. Now you're required to take it because by 2050, everybody's going to be speaking Spanish. And that's not being a racist prick, that's honest. See, when you watch things, when you actually watch what people do, watch their actions and their reactions, you really learn who the person is. It's why I really don't have a lot of friends. It's not because I'm a hermit. It's not because I'm a fucking dick. Oh, okay, I can be a dick. But it's because I watch people. You know, when I was doing this thing in Wichita, it was called Life. And it's a pyramid scheme. You know, you tell the same bullshit story about being a bucket carrier, carrying water from a well, and then eventually you're going to get workers for you, then they get workers for them, and then eventually you're on the top of the pyramid. It's a classic pyramid scheme. It works, you know, pyramid schemes do fucking work. It's how most people get rich. Unless they inherit money. But, one of the greatest examples of the stupidity of today's politics is they were talking shit about somebody being rich, like being a billionaire. If they earn that money themselves, you have no reason to talk shit. Just like if I walk in with $100 and there's a guy over there with $5, I'm not going to share my money with him. It's not because I'm a greedy motherfucker. It's because I earned that money. You know, I'm not going to sit there and just, hey, dude, you got 5, I got 100 here. Here's $50. Now you have 55 and I have 50. We're going to split the other 5 to $250 a piece? There's no point. You know, I mean, if you need help, fine, I'll help you. You know, money's made every day. I'm a very easy person to get along with. Just, I don't deal with stupidity. You know, I don't deal with it easily. You can ask my wife. I'm not, when it comes to stupidity or when it comes to people using people, it pisses me off more than anything. You know, I've seen people use their own kids for gain. I've seen people use their own wives for gain. You know, you see it all the time in the newspapers. You see it all the time in the streets. Instead of using people, why not teach these people? Or instead of talking shit, rather. Like, great example, talking shit on homeless people. Instead of talking shit on these guys, why not try to help them? Some dude's sitting there asking for change, and the first thing you say is, get a job, you fucking slob. Yes, I'm quoting a song. But it's got merit. I understand not bringing this guy in. If you have a Fortune 500 company, don't bring this guy in to be your CEO or to be a manager, you know? Try to give him a job. See what he can do. There's a radio host, I believe in New York, who was a homeless guy. And they heard his voice, and they loved his voice, and they put him on the radio. Now he's making money. But, you know, all this revolves around stupidity. You know, don't be a dick to people when you work at a dead-end job. And what brought this up is because this morning my wife and I went to a certain store to get a certain item that we knew was in stock because it said on the website exactly where it would be in the store. And the bitch, like I said, could be male or female, the bitch, instead of going in the back and getting it, like the person should have done, oh, we don't have it here. We don't get it like all the other stores. I'm like, bitch, it says right here on the website that it's here. Exactly where it would be. But instead of helping somebody out, you're going to be a dick about it and be a lazy little slob. Fuck you. And to anybody else who doesn't like this video, fuck you too. You know, I get bored, so I make videos. I just started this, 2 weeks ago, was it? About 2 weeks ago? Yeah, I started this about 2 weeks ago. You know, we got a couple of views. It's nice. I'd like to get further out there, talk about things, more things than just religion or idiocracies or idiot people in general. I'd like to. But I don't have people asking me anything, Like I said, put a comment on. Ask me something. I'll explain it to you, or I'll look it up for you. Or you know what? Make a comment about something I said, Debate me. I leave these things open for people to actually talk back. Not to hide in your little corner, oh, I don't want to say anything, but he's a stupid fucking asshole. Like, dude, grow a pair of balls and do something about it. Say something. If you don't like what I say, tell me. But don't just say, oh, you're stupid or you're gay. Tell me why you think this is stupid. Give me the evidence that I'm wrong. And I will get on these videos and automatically admit that I was wrong. You can ask anybody who knows me. I'll admit to it. I'll apologize about it. Maybe. If I like you, I'll apologize. If I don't like you, guess what? I showed my video to somebody at a gas station the other day. Just one of my random videos. And they said, why do you smoke so much? It's a social thing for me. And I also do it out of boredom. When I talk, I smoke more. When I'm bored, I smoke more. I'm a social smoker, just like I'm a social drinker. I don't like to drink alone. I don't like to it makes me feel kind of like a lonely hermit when I'm just sitting there drinking a beer by myself. Granted, I'll toss one or two back when I'm sitting there watching a movie or something, but more times than not, I'd rather have somebody sitting there talking with me, or at least be on the phone with somebody while I'm doing it. Anyway, this video is 28 minutes long, relatively short compared to the last couple. Like and subscribe. Thanks.